everyone, it's Auntie K, Yard Sales Arena here with Uncle Vinci, the Vintage Tool Man, with some of our finds for the past week. That would be the last week in August, because today, Sunday, is September 1st. Tomorrow is Labor Day, so happy Labor Day to everyone. Okay, first up I want to show you a couple of items that I got at an antiques sale down in Chesapeake Beach, Maryland. The first item is a postal scale. It's made by the Chicago Scale Company. It's what you would call crow-footed, or it has a crow foot on it. You can read up here, it says Little Detective on the brass beam, and then it says letters, papers, and MDSE, whatever that means. It's got 3 weights, 2, 5, and 8, and it's highly stenciled and has a lot of decoration on it. It even has some stenciling up on the top. We think it maybe says US postage, but we can't tell what the bottom is. So I'm going to try to find a scale that has similar kind of stenciling on it and try to duplicate that. All right, next up is this grinder. It's either a tobacco grinder or a meat grinder. As you can see, it says patented November 2nd, 1859. I love things like this. This particular grinder, I'm going to take the lid off for him, Uncle Vinty. This is what you would call a double barrel grinder. But usually when you find these, they have the same wheels with the same style of teeth. In fact, I have never seen one that has this more of a slicing mechanism on it. So I paid $25 each, both for the scale and for the grinder. And in this condition, the grinder, I'm sure I could get $50 for it easy. And the scale, particularly if I can get the stenciling done on it, I'm sure it's worth about $50 also. So another couple of items that I want to show you really quickly are a couple of items I got at the Goodwill. This is a watercolor. It's painted by Suzanne Smith. I actually found her. She's on Etsy. She has a shop on Etsy, and she has won a lot of prizes for her watercolors. They're simplistic, I guess, in nature, you would say. 1980s. Okay, and another item that I got at the Goodwill was this fabulous vintage basket. Look at this. This is a lot of weaving that went into this basket. And I paid $4 for that. That was a great find. Okay, we have more items coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, on our way back from that really neat estate sale, or antique sale, I guess you would call it, down in Chesapeake Beach, we saw a sign for a yard sale, and I turned around, and I'm really glad that I did. Check out this stuff. Most of it, with the exception of the toolbox, paid $20. So I'm going to come in and show you what I got for my 20 bucks. I got a really neat, we think it's a print, although it might be, we'll have to take it out of there to see if it's photographic paper. It's definitely matted. Earl Moran, this is a really nice, either a print or a photograph. And then the date on this neat, again, this is a print, but it's 1928, home of Mary Washington, Fredericksburg, Virginia. I didn't buy it for the print, but the print's kind of neat. I bought it for the gesso frame that's in perfect condition. Don't know if that's coming through on the camera or not. Then, just a fun little child's rocker. The seat cushion doesn't go with it. I'm going to take that off, but I bought that not for a kid's rocker, but to sell to someone to display a doll on. I think it'll look great for that. A nice vintage Crayola Artista watercolor tin. It didn't have the lid on it, but I don't think he charged me very much for it. A Bosu ball and elastic tubing with handles. Love that. He charged me, what, $4 for that. And then this, I don't know if you can see how tall that is. That's not a small lamp. That's about, what, 2 feet tall, Uncle Vinty? 2.5? Something like that.
About 2 feet.
It's a
24 inches.
It's a Tiffany-like, what would you call it?
Stained glass.
Stained glass lamp. It's newer, but he charged me $5 for that. It's in perfect shape. Love that. And then Uncle Vinty paid $1 each for
toolbox.
A Moeller toolbox. And what's that little thing down there?
That's an extension for a 1/2 inch. It has a 3/8 inch adapter and a 3/8 inch socket on it.
Okay.
For $1.
So that's what we got at that yard sale. I have one more item to show you that we got from the yard sale, but we're going to have to take it out separately. Okay, check this out. This was the other item I found at the yard sale. This is why you really need to stop and look. When we first drove up, it was almost a drive-by, but we decided to get out. We got out, we checked, and in the back they had this. They had just brought it out. Apparently they had gone and gotten it from a grandparent's farm in West Virginia. It's a beautiful Eastlake Dresser. It's got a beveled marble top. Uncle Vinty's holding the mirror on right now, but that is how it looks with the mirror, and we do have the boards and the screws and everything to put it together. When I first looked at it, he wanted $150, but he couldn't find the pulls, which are important. Those are very expensive to replace. So I told him I'd give him $100, and if he found the pulls, I'd leave my number and I'd give him the extra $50. So he went for that. I paid him $100. While we were loading it, he found the pulls. They had fallen back behind the drawer. He had put them in a bag and they'd fallen back. So I gave him the extra $50, and I'm thrilled to get this. I know this is easy $300, and it kind of depends. You might at some auctions get $600. So I'm glad I stopped.